It's your girl Omega, and I'm always bringing the truth. You know how I do. Grand Rising, everyone. I hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday. Today is Friday. We're gonna have a good day today too. I had a really, really good day yesterday. I mean, I ate good. I went and had me some drinks. I did good. I'm good. Okay. So let me go ahead and give our shade to the divine, infinite all. We give our shade to the most high honorable judge, Madre Omega Asha. We would also like to give our shade to our most beautiful and precious Santissimo Morte. We would like to give our shade to Papa Legba, Ishua Legba, Legbara. We'd like to give our shade to Pambagira. We give our shade to Baron Tambi. We give our shade to Matt Kalafu. We give our shade to all of our ancestors, angels, and guides, ascended masters, elder spirits. No, that mean as well. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So I usually don't wait my age, y'all. See, this is fresh. I got a lot of gray hair, but that scalp healthy as hell, okay? But anyways, I don't mind my gray hair. I'm not dyeing my hair no more. If I just get gray hair, my hair is just gonna be gray. I'm gonna be a fine bitch with gray hair. That's what's gonna happen. So make sure you guys are hashtagging Justice for Alicia Smiley as you guys come on into the room. I'll be feeling like my eyes like always something in my eye like right before I get started when I go live and stuff, but whatever. Okay. Anyways. So make sure you guys are hashtagging Justice for Alicia Smiley when you guys come off into the room. Hashtag Big Forehead Gang. Big Beautiful Forehead Gang. Oh, let me, come on. All right, y'all, my bad. I was on the wrong network. I'll probably have to take these down today because my scalp be thirsty. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. Well, it's not really a story. It's like sometimes when me and my baby go to bed, we'll end up watching TV until we fall asleep. Yesterday, she went to bed like really, really early because she be having a whole life outside of me. So she went to bed like really, really early. The last reading that we did, or the last time I went live, somebody came in here about my religious beliefs, right? So when I woke up this rising on TV was an episode of American Dad, right? And that's usually what we watch when we're about to go to bed. Make sure y'all hashtagging Just for Alicia Smiley when y'all come up in my room, okay? Hashtag that. I really, really appreciate that, okay? So I feel like I should wait a second because I want to start this whole story again, or y'all going to have to rewind the video. So I guess I can just wait until somebody gets here. We still going to get some messages, but I did take like some notes on my notebook. And I feel like that's really, really, really important. It's really important. Because these cartoons that they be putting on TV, it really be having truth in it, like the Simpsons episodes and shit. Like they're not really predicting anything. I want to say it's predictive programming. They're not really predicting anything. They're writing a script, and then things just go how the script is. Okay, that's just what happens. They write a script, and then things just go how the script is. All right, so that's kind of how like life goes. When the Spirit says, write the vision and make it plain, the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. The reason why they tell you to do that is because if you write things down, then that's how things will play out, right? So I was watching American Dad, and I have some notes, okay? I was trying to wait for a few people to get here so I don't have to go over this story again, or I'll tell y'all to like rewind the video because this is something you're going to want to hear here, okay? This is definitely something that you're going to want to hear. So the episode of American Dad, somebody ended up dying. And nobody knew who this person was, not even a preacher, okay? But they were at the funeral. And as soon as the preacher got through eulogizing the funeral, they started to raffle off this dead man's stuff in the church while his body was still like right there, okay? So this cartoon, so this is how it's working, right? They started to raffle off some of his belongings or whatever, and Stan wanted his paddle boat that he had. So Stan, which is the husband, on American Dad, and just keep in mind that Stan works for the CIA. Gang, Grand Rising, hashtag Justice for Alicia Smiley. So keep in mind that Stan works for the CIA, right? So Stan auctions off, not Stan, but the preacher auctions off the dead man's stuff, and he wanted the paddle boat. And Stan is sitting next to his daughter, and his daughter is saying, like, it's not like God's just going to give you this paddle boat. So Stan was like praying to God, like, God, please give me this paddle boat. And then they were raffling it off, and Stan wins the paddle boat, right? Just like, he said he prayed to God and God gave it to him. So he wins the paddle boat. And then when he gets home with the paddle boat, Stan is like, I want to go ride on this paddle boat, but I need somebody to ride with me. So he asking all his family members, hey, will you go on this paddle boat with me? I need somebody to ride with me. And his wife Francine is busy. His son is busy. His daughter is busy. His daughter's husband is in space right now, so he can't ride with him, right? So Stan is like, fuck, who am I going to find to ride this paddle boat with me? And he's like, surely I have friends. And Francine is like, you don't have any friends. Like, you don't have any friends. He's like, I do have friends. And he's like, no, you don't have any friends. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go ask my boss at the CIA to ride this paddle boat with me. And then the boss at the CIA, he goes to his house and the boss is like, I'm not your friend. Fuck you. I'm not riding this boat with you. Okay. So this is where we get into the story part where this actually like brings into full fruition what happened yesterday on the live, right? So Stan prays to God and he goes to the church and he prays to God, and God sends in this man to this church where Stan is praying at, and he's praying to God for a friend, and he opens the door and he's like, boom, I'm here. I'm your friend. We can go ride these paddle boats. Now I took notes because this is an episode. It's a cartoon. Okay. But just pay attention, right? So Stan wanted a friend. So he goes to pray to God for a friend. So God sends him a friend. They're having fun together. They're on this paddle boat. They're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing as friends. Okay. And Stan ends up, when they're going to a boxing ring, Stan ends up thanking God for this friend that he has. And his friend is like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And then Stan's like, what you mean by whatever? And his friend is like, well, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God or whatever. And this is the friend that Stan had prayed for, right? And immediately they go from best friends to Stan calling Brett, which is his name, Stan calling Brett a godless heathen. But they was kicking it. They got all this stuff in common. They was having fun. They was paddleboating. They was boxing and all these things until he finds out that his friend is an atheist. Okay. So Stan decides to make his friend believe what he believes in God. Okay. Hashtag just for Alicia Smiley. So Stan was like, oh, you don't believe in God? I want to make you believe in God. Right. So remember, Stan works for the CIA. So the first thing that Stan does is he gets on the phone and he calls the CIA to ask how they're doing with the beam machine that beams images of the Christian God into people's head, okay? And the CIA doesn't have that together at this point in time, so they can't beam his ass, they can't zap his ass, right? So that's also Project Bluebeam, where he was asking the CIA, like, boom, do you have this beam ready so we can beam my best friend into believing in God or whatever, you know? So they don't have that ready for him. So he ends up taking his friend to see the sunset. And if he sees the sunset, then he believes that he'll see the joy in God, the miracle in God or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Stan is saying to his friend, like, if God didn't create this, then why is this so beautiful and romantic? Like, why is this what it is if God didn't create it or whatever? And he's like, it's just the sunset. And this is what Brett is saying, okay? So that didn't work. So Stan is like, fuck it. We're going to take Brett to labor and delivery. So they take Brett to labor and delivery to see a child be born. And Stan is like, look at the miracle of God. This is God. God is doing this or whatever. And Brett is like, well, the process of creating a baby in pregnancy can be explained, by sex. You get what I'm saying? And where am I at? Okay, I gotta look at my notes because this is a long episode, but I had to take notes. Okay, so after he says like, okay, well, pretty much this is not a miracle. People just had sex and then they had a baby, and that's why the baby is here. So he takes Stan to the beach, right? And his friend is like, why do you keep showing me all of these things? What are you trying to show me or whatever? And he's like, well, I have to make you believe in God because I want our friendship to last forever. And if you don't believe in God, I'm going to heaven and your ass gonna be in hell. And if you don't accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, that our friendship is going to end when we die. And I don't want that to happen. I want us to be friends forever, right? So yeah, he told him after he dies that lights would be out, and that if he can't accept him, his friend ends up telling him, well, if you can't accept me as the atheist that I am, then we can't be friends anymore. And keep in mind, everything was cool until Stan found out that he was an atheist. Okay, so Stan gets upset over his friendship being over because the atheist ends up cutting the friendship off. The atheist is Brett, right? He ends up cutting the friendship off because he like, Stan, you being a weirdo. Like, we was just kicking it until you found out my belief system. You get what I'm saying? So Stan is upset. He goes home. He's crying. And Francine, which is the wife, she doesn't know what the fuck to do. So she calls the preacher and she tells the preacher, I need you over here immediately. Meet me by the poolside. But that's because Stan is in the pool. The preacher shows up, right? And his drawers, his clergy collar, and with some beer, right? And he comes to the door and Francine's like, come on quick, we got to go to the pool area. So he follows her to the pool area. And remember, the preacher's in his drawers, his clergy collar, and his beer. He got his beer with him or whatever. And the preacher thinks that Francine has called him while Stan is at work so they can do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then he sees Stan at the poolside crying and soaking because his friend is an atheist. And he's like, why would you call me over here if your husband over here? You know, we trying to get down. I'm just saying this stuff so that y'all can see, like, even the people in Hollywood really knows how this shit goes, right? And that's really how the preachers be, okay? That's really how the preachers be, right? So he goes to the poolside after he realizes that Francine is not going to give him any ass, right? And he's like, what's going on, Stan, or whatever. He's like, my friend, he doesn't believe in God. And the preacher like interrupts him and he's like, fuck, I'm sick of y'all calling me only when y'all life is in crisis. Like, why do y'all call me only when y'all life is in crisis? And Stan says, that's it. This is what I have to do. People go to God when their life is in crisis, right? So this is what Stan is having. He's having this epiphany. Stan runs from the pool, right? He leaves the pool area, and then it's just him and Francine. And the preacher's like, let me see your titties, right? This is what the preacher is saying to Francine, which is Stan's wife. Stan is gone. Stan has had the epiphany that if he destroys the atheist friend's life, then that will force him to come to God. Then he can go to heaven, and then they can be friends. You get what I'm saying? So Stan decides that he's going to go back to his friend Brett and he's going to try to mend the friendship. So he goes back and he apologizes to Brett, right? And he says, I'm sorry. I want us to be friends again or whatever. Look what I bought you. He takes him to a house. He says, I bought you this house, right? So Stan's like, wow, this is awesome. Let me take a closer look. Let me take a closer look at the house that you have just bought me. So he tells Brett, yeah, go ahead and take a closer look. You know, if you want to go inside, you can go inside. Now, if y'all seen this episode, y'all gonna let me know. Okay, so Brett goes to the house to take a closer look, and then Stan pushes a button to blow up the house. Brett gets injured in the explosion of the house, and he gets tossed to the ground, okay? Let me turn and look at my notes, but I just want y'all to pay attention to the story. So Brett gets injured as Stan blows up the house and he gets thrown to the ground. And he's like, it's okay. And Stan says, I bet in times like this, you know, you wish you had God. And he says, no, I'm just happy in times like this that I have homeowners insurance. So dude's still an atheist, all right? So Stan gets upset even more. Okay, because him blowing up the house didn't cause his friend to believe in God, right? So Stan had his friend, he also owns a restaurant as well. So he meets Stan the next day after, you know, he blew up this man's house or whatever. He meets Stan the next day at his restaurant. So Brett owns the restaurant. I'm sorry, y'all. Brett owns the restaurant. Stan goes to the restaurant the next day. And Brett is telling Stan, okay, my homeowner's insurance is not going to cover this because they don't cover explosions or whatever. So he was like, man, your life is falling apart. So while Stan is at the restaurant, Stan decides that he's going to poison the food that's at the restaurant. So that Brett could have another traumatic situation happen in his life. He'll lose his restaurant and then he'll start believing in God. So Stan poisons everybody in the restaurant. Now keep in mind, Stan is the Christian that's doing all this shit to the atheists that just is living his life. He's being a good human being. He just doesn't believe in God, but he's living his life. So Stan is actually doing all of this shit, like blowing up his house, poisoning his food, poisoning the people at his restaurant so that he'll lose his restaurant because he wants to cause a tragedy in order to have this person believe in God. So he ends up poisoning everybody at the restaurant. Everybody gets bird flu. Everybody starts throwing up and shit like that, right? And at the end of it, Stan is like, so Brett, now that your house is blown up and you're about to lose your restaurant because everybody's getting sick in this restaurant, you know, do you believe in God? And he said, everything will be all right. This is what Brett Stan is saying. He's like, everything will be all right. Everything will be just fine. I still have my wife and my children. And then as soon as he says that, his wife and his children come into the restaurant and his wife says, I'm leaving you. I'm taking these kids. I'm now a lesbian. And he was like, wait a minute. When did you become a lesbian? She's like, I've always been a lesbian. It's not like somebody from the CIA shot me with an imaginary beam and all of a sudden I'm lesbian, which means, you know, Stan, he worked for the CIA. He shot his wife with an imaginary beam to make his wife a lesbian, to cause him to lose his wife as well, to push him towards God. This shit is evil. I just want you to know this. And this is a real episode of American Dad, right? So this shit is evil, right? And the dude is an atheist. He's not doing shit to Stan. He's just trying to live his life. He got a business. He's got a wife. He's got 2 beautiful children. And Stan just wants him to believe what he believes. So he decides that he's going to orchestrate all these problems in his life to force him towards Christianity. Evil as fuck, right? So Stan shoots his wife with the beam. or whatever. And Brett still didn't go to God. So what ends up happening is Brett goes to the top of the building and decides that he's going to jump off and kill himself. Like, fuck it. I'm just going to kill myself or whatever. So Stan tries to run and save Brett because he didn't intend for him to try to kill himself. He just wanted a bunch of stuff to happen to him to force him to God so that he can continue to have a friendship with Brett. Brett jumps off. He ends up in like some type of coma, right? Stan goes to the hospital and he starts to pray over Brett. And he's like, God, please, like, let Brett live. I didn't mean to do all these things or whatever. If you let him live, then I will accept him for the atheist that he is and we'll continue the friendship. Brett instantly wakes up, right? And Stan starts to confess to him, hey, I'm the reason why all of this bad stuff started happening to you in your life because I just wanted you to believe in God because I just wanted our friendship to last beyond this lifetime, right? And then Brett wakes up and he says, well, I do believe in God because I met God after he kicked me out of heaven for being an atheist. And then that's where I met Satan, in which he gave me my life back if I vowed to be a Satanist or whatever, right? And then Stan starts to cry. And Stan is like, but wait a minute, if you don't believe in God, then we can't be friends. And Brett told him, I do believe in God because I met him. He kicked me out of heaven, but Satan is the one who gave me my life back so I can go preach the glory of Satan or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I said all that and I felt like this story was significant because this is a story that I woke up to. I felt like this story was significant because this is an example of what Christian people, and I'm not talking about the Christians per se, but even the people in Hollywood knows that this is really how they get down. This is really how they do, okay? They literally orchestrated problems to force this man to believe whatever it was that they believed in. And this person he had a different belief system. He didn't believe that Jesus Christ was Lord. He just didn't believe in any God whatsoever. And actually, and truthfully, Brett would have never had the problems that he had in his life had he never came across Stan. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, hit the like button if you understand what I'm saying. That episode showed pretty much that Brett never, even in his atheist believing, his life was fine. Okay, his life was fine, and he never would have had the problems that he had he never ran across Stan, who was the Christian, who was trying to force his belief system on him. This man tried to kill him. He tried to steal his business. He tried to take his wife and children from him. This cartoon showed the depths and the evils, the evils that the Christian was willing to go through to force a belief system down somebody's throat. Come on now, Spirit. I hope you got this story. I mean, I took notes and I tried to tell it the best way that I could, but this is an actual episode of American Dad that you can go watch for yourself where they're explaining to you and they're showing to you the depths that a Christian will go through to get you on the same page as them. And if you believe anything different than them, you are wrong. And like I said, this atheist, he had a business, he owned a restaurant. Okay, he was a good citizen. He was a good friend to Stan. The only problem was that he didn't believe what he believed. And Stan had no issue with this man whatsoever. They had things in common. They were going fishing. They were going paddle boating. They was going boxing. They were doing things that they were doing that they both had in common. The only thing that they didn't have in common was that they had two different belief systems. And the moment that he became a devil to Stan was when Stan thanked God for their friendship. And Brett was like, oh, okay, whatever. I thought we was just friends. You get what I'm saying? He was just normally living his life. He had everything established for him. But Stan thought if I rip his fucking restaurant, the business that he built from the ground up to support his family, if I tear this down, he gonna have to go to God. If I take his wife and kids, he gonna have to go to God. If I blow his house up, he gonna have to go to God. Do y'all see that shit? Does any of this make sense? You said shaking my head. I know it all too well. The cartoons show the truth exactly. This is the episode that I woke up to because me and my daughter, like sometimes, like if she's trying to go to sleep or whatever, she can't go to sleep. She'll put on one of them like 7-hour cartoon videos where they just have a lot of episodes of the same cartoon over and over and over again, and it just doesn't stop so that you can just like wake up at 3 and still be watching American Dad. That's the episode that I woke up to, y'all. That is the episode when I was waking up and I was getting the crust on my eyes. That is what was on TV. And I said, hold up. This got the weird. Let me write this down. Let me take some notes on this because that's literally what they do to you. Okay. If you have a different belief system, if your life is going well, well, let me show you that God is real. So I'm going to become Satan in your life. If you just now getting here, you're going to want to rewind this shit. Okay. Let me show you what it's like for you to suffer so I can force you to believe what I believe. And then another thing is this too. Once you're no longer in a Christian mindset, the Bible, hell, and heaven doesn't apply to you. You have to believe that that exists in order for you to get sent there. You have to believe that that's the end all be all, not that you're going to go back to your star system. If you believe that you're going to go back to your star system, then your soul is going to find its way back to the star system. If you believe that that's where you're going to go to heaven, I'm going to tell you something about heaven. Okay? So in heaven, you don't eat or drink. Okay? You don't eat or drink. All you do for all of eternity, you don't sleep, you don't slumber, you don't do anything. All you do for all of eternity is worship Jesus. You don't get any breaks, okay? You don't get to sit down and rest your ankles and your bones when you're in heaven. All you're doing for all of eternity is giving Jesus glory. That's it. If you ask me personally, which is why I said I'm not going to heaven. I have my own realm and I'm going back to my fucking realm. If you ask me personally, that sounds like another program system. You're going to be a slave. That's supposed to be your glory, right? That's supposed to be, everything's okay. But you're actually going to be trapped in a realm of reality where you don't get to do anything else. You can't even sit in church for 5 minutes. If the preacher preaching too long, you want to get out the fucking door. And you telling me that you want to go to heaven where you have to pray and worship for all of eternity and the preacher is preaching too long for you on Sundays. That is another reality that's a hell for you, even though you're calling it heaven. I'm just saying. They cannot put you in a hell or a heaven that you don't subscribe to. Like, I don't believe in hell or heaven. Okay, I believe that hell and heaven is a physical thing that you experience while you're in this body, and your vibration is what's going to take you to either heaven on earth or hell on earth, what you're experiencing right now, because it's only now. There's no past, there's no present, there's no future. It's only now, right? Okay? But if you listen to the description, like I said, of the Bible hell and the Bible heaven, they both hell. They both hell. If you can't make it 3 hours on a Sunday, sitting in a pew, you ain't gonna make it in heaven. And I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. If you can't make it while pastor's like, I'm getting ready to close, he just said it 15 times, and you still there 30 minutes later, you're not gonna be able to make it for all of eternity, worshiping Jesus without a break. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah, this is what Spirit gave me for the downloads. I thought it was good. Okay? So we're going to get into some messages. I just wanted to put that out there. As long as you're still a good person, and when I say a good person, I mean like your moral code is right, I think you're going to be okay. And I'm just going to be honest with you. As long as your moral code is okay, you're going to be okay. But if you don't subscribe to that programming, that indoctrination that is given via the Bible, you won't end up in those places. I don't want to go to heaven. I don't give a fuck what you say. You say, oh, well, she's going to go to hell. She's going to go to hell. I don't give a fuck. I want to go to my own realm of reality where I have fields of flowers, all different colors that I can go in. As soon as I pick a flower, the flower's going to come back. I have a throne. I have lots of men. And yes, I do. I have several husbands. I have lots of men that are walking around that bitch. They are picking my fruit that I'm going to eat daily. They're feeding me. Okay, that's my heaven. That's where I'm going. Okay, I'm going there. I'm not going to the Jesus heaven because I'm going to get tired about 30 minutes after I die in heaven. Like, damn, do we get a break? Can we get a water break? Because we sit up here just worshiping. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Y'all take it as it resonates. Y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. But if you are a good person, I don't give a fuck what you believe. As long as you stand in your truth and you don't try to impose your truth onto other people, okay? Then, we good over here. Like I said, you can be a Muslim and you can be a truth gang as long as that person is a good person. But to go to extreme lengths to force somebody to believe what you believe, or orchestrating problems in their life to get them to say, oh, is now God real? Is now God real that I done blew your house up? Is now God real that I done killed your kids? Is now God real that I done did this? They're trying to force you to bow down to something. That's what Stan was trying to do. He was trying to force his friend to bow down to the God that he believed in. He was even willing to go to the CIA and have a beam beamed into his head to show him images in his mind of the God that he believed in. You get me? Okay. So let's get into our messages. We thank the Spirit for that because I felt like that was highly spiritual and it needed to be talked about on this channel. Okay? So take the messages as they resonate. I am available for your readings, and I thank you guys for booking your readings, okay? I done got booked like every day this week, maybe 2 or 3 times. So I actually have time today too to like sit and do readings, okay? So if you guys are interested, let's get some overall energy, Spirit, overall energy for the tribe, for the group, for the unit, for the whole, okay? Generosity, giving and receiving. All right. And then I do see relationship problems on that, but you can take it as it resonates. But somebody's going to receive something, giving something as well. What is this? Yeah, somebody feels stuck because you're probably still getting what it is that you desire, even though you believe what you believe. And I'm going to say this too. If you pay attention to the story that I just told about Brett being Stan's friend, before Brett met Stan, he was already blessed. Like I said, he was already blessed. Even though he didn't believe in God, he didn't have to really acknowledge where his blessings was coming from or whatever, but he was blessed. He had a business that had been successful for years. He had a beautiful wife, beautiful children, a good job, all that stuff. And that's what the fuck, was going on. But I just feel like because somebody felt like he was wrong for believing what he believed, they wanted to take that from him and then force them to believe what they believed, okay? He said, thank you for the messages. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. Yeah. So dissatisfaction. Somebody wants you to give something to them. They feeling stuck. They're dissatisfied because you're growing spiritually. You're surpassing somebody spiritually, probably because they're still in that Christian state of mind, which is an indoctrination. Okay. And that's basically what Stan was trying to do. Stan was trying to indoctrinate his friend, but it just wasn't given. His friend, he blew his house up. His friend was like, luckily I got homeowners insurance. It's all right. I got homeowners insurance. He was not bowing down to God for that. Okay. What else, Spirit? Now, y'all look that episode up and y'all watch it, okay? Yeah, superficiality. Some shit is just not real. You're growing because you're letting go of something that dissatisfies you. Something is just not real, okay? Period, point blank. And I see 9-9, something is also over. 6-9, Cancer energy. 4-5, something's going in the right direction. You do have this lying, cheating, scheming, gossiping person out here as well. So somebody definitely could be talking shit about you because you're receiving something and they're feeling stuck. They're feeling dissatisfied with the work that they have put in towards something. You continuously are growing spiritually and somebody's very superficial. They feel like what you're doing is not what they was taught, basically. So, it got to be fake. Okay. So they can be going around lying on you and shit. Okay. Let's clarify. All right. Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. You left somebody behind to, grow here, okay? And they feel stuck because you are steady moving forward, even though you don't believe in what the fuck they believe in, okay? Yeah, somebody can definitely have legal troubles because of the shit that they have done to you because of your belief system, okay? Because I know that was a cartoon, but if that motherfucker would have really blew up that man's house, okay, misused the CIA, what is that shit called? Supplies that they had or whatever, or the projects that they were working on, poisoned the food at his restaurant, they really would have went to jail if that was in real life. But people really do be doing this shit. They really do be trying to murder you, put stuff in your food, cause like actual hardships in your life because you don't believe what they believe. If you just got here, you got to rewind the video so that you can get the story that I just told about American Dad, okay? Let's clarify. 9 of Cups, dissatisfaction, Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're somebody who's very loving and you're very kind and you're a healer and you probably do not believe what everybody does say or whatever. So somebody was dissatisfied with the fact that you still was seen as a motherfucking healer, still as seen as kind, still as seen as calm and very affectionate, okay? Somebody's upset because it's like your life is still going okay even though you don't believe what they believe in. Spiritual growth, yeah. And you making money, showing up as the King of Pentacles upright. Okay, so you could be making money with your belief system as well, and people don't like that. They're like, how are you doing this without believing what I believe? Okay, yes. Let's keep going. Yeah, superficiality, 10 of Cups, disharmony again, and this land on top of legal troubles. I do feel like somebody tried to cause some problems in your life because you don't believe what the fuck they believe. They didn't even want you to have your family. They tried to strip you of your family because if you lose everything, then you'll come crawling back to the Christian God, okay? But it's not going to work like that. Period, point blank. Lying, jealous, and gossiping. Oh, yeah. Look at this. 9 of Swords. So whoever did all this horrible shit to you to try to cause you pain, they're in their final destination. They feel like something's going to happen to them that's bad. Okay, yeah. You left this person behind. You changed your directions. Okay. Look, I said you left this person behind. This is Sun card, leaving this behind. Okay, I can't make this shit up. All right. And somebody's wondering, how were you able to leave that particular belief system and still come out on top? Okay. Period, point blank. And I want to tell y'all too, at the end of that, he still believed in God. At the end of it, when he woke up and Stan was crying and told him, hey, look, I did all that shit. I blew up your house. I poisoned people at your restaurant. He still came out believing in God, but he didn't worship him. You get what I'm saying? He was like, I did meet God, so I do believe that God is real. So we can be friends. I'm just a Satanist now. I'm no longer an atheist. Now I'm a Satanist, okay? This is what he was telling him. I don't agree with the Satanism shit either, but however it worked out, Stan still got his wish. The dude ended up believing in God, okay? But he still wasn't worshiping him. He was worshiping Satan. But he believe that he exists? Yes, he did at the end of that. Okay, so let's get some Syrian symbols. Manifest. All right, so somebody's really working their inner power. They're manifesting things, okay? Things are getting balanced out for you. Whatever it is that you were trying to manifest is coming into fruition for you, okay? What else, Spirit? We got 2. Yeah, prepare. Like I said yesterday, something's definitely coming towards you, okay? It's time for you to act, period, point blank, okay? You'll be expanding your energy, okay? Doors are unlocked for you. All right, that's good energy. I may or may not mix these. I do want to mix them, but I kind of don't. All right, so we're finna get right into the oracle. I'm not gonna hold you guys long because I do want to be available for you guys as readings, mini reads, whatever you guys are interested in. All right, promotion. Like I said, somebody's steady going up, okay? And somebody, like I said yesterday, somebody was gonna get promoted on their job or something like that, okay? Look, creating confusion on purpose. I cannot make this shit up. Ain't that what Stan was just doing in the story that I was just telling you about American Dad? Creating confusion on purpose for someone just to prove that their belief system is right, okay? Yeah, conjurer, trying to conjure up issues for you, conjure up problems for you that you would not have had you not run into that evil-ass motherfucker that wanted you to believe what it is that they believed. And I feel like this. The reason why Hollywood put that shit in the American Dad episode is because they know that this is the extent that Christians be going to. Because there's a million different religions and they could have used any religion, but they used the Christians. They know the motherfuckers be putting shit in your food. They know that they are organizing and orchestrating problems in your life. They know that they will blow your motherfucking house up, make your spouse be gay and all this shit just to get you to bow down to what they believe and then say that you're evil, that they think you're the evil one. Okay, the one that didn't believe in God, that was the atheist, he wasn't doing any of that shit to Stan. He was just trying to live his life. He was just being a good person, period, point blank. But yet he was deemed as evil because he did not believe what Stan believed in. And then Stan actually started doing evil shit. But he was the Christian. Okay, and Stan was the one doing the evil shit. Okay, yeah, somebody can be dressed very nicely. All right, Ajay is out here. Somebody about to get some money. All right, this is a water deity. This is Olokun Yomoya's daughter, okay? Yeah, somebody having car problems right now, okay? If you're having car problems, sorry to hear that, okay? Look, using religion, I cannot. Using religion as a weapon, I cannot, Spirit. Using religion as a weapon, okay? To fuck somebody up, crying about the shit. Period, point blank. And I said Stan ended up crying about this shit because he thought that he drove this man to kill himself. Okay? Yeah, what else do we have, Spirit? Yeah, guilty. Using religion as a weapon. They're guilty of doing this shit. Okay? Yeah, what else do we have? Big pimping out here. Somebody could have thought they was a pimp or some shit. Book smarts, no street smarts. Okay? So somebody was very indoctrinated. Book smarts, no street smarts. Okay, and they don't really know how to get down outside of indoctrinating shit or indoctrination. Okay, what else do we have? Eclipse. So something about the eclipse is out here. I'll read it. This is energy of fast-paced new beginnings, sudden opportunities. The past-oriented South Node has also has the ability to flush things out of our lives that are no longer serving us. The eclipse reminds us that ending and new beginnings go hand in hand. The ushering in of evolution reveals old patterns, insecurities, limitations, and even fears. A reminder to express your feelings no matter how big or small, even how they may affect others. I have to read my own handwriting, y'all. Even how they may affect others. Ending emotional cycles that have ruined. My handwriting is fucked up, y'all. Gotta look at it. I don't know if y'all can see it. My daughter says it's neat, but not to me. All right, ending emotional patterns that have run their course, okay? And then I also want to say this too. Stan was also very selfish, okay? Stan was also very, very, very selfish when it comes to him trying to force his belief system on his friend Brett, because he didn't give a fuck about that man's building that he had built, his business that he had built, the restaurant that he had. He didn't give a fuck about that man's home. He didn't give a fuck about that man's wife and children. He was very selfish in his pursuit to make him believe what he believed. He didn't give a fuck what he had to do, who he had to hurt, or whatever, just to get him to believe what he wanted him to believe. That's fucked up, okay? And I just want to point that out. Okay, something's going to be said publicly. Okay, pouring salt in wounds. Okay, and remember that Stan did ask God to show him how he could help him make Brett suffer. Okay, so that Brett will believe in him. He had asked God, he said, God, show me how to make him suffer after he blew up that house. And he was like, I got homeowners insurance. He was like, God, show me how to make him suffer. But he was only asking God to show him how to make Brett suffer so that he could force Brett into believing in him. And in Stan's mind, he felt as if he was doing something right because at the end of the day, he would get somebody else to believe in God, believe in Jesus. Okay. But in the process, he was like trying to blow him up, kill him, take his fucking business, hurt his kids and all that shit. Okay. They're trying to write your story. And I said something about writing and why they write this type of shit in cartoons and stuff like that. Writing the vision and making it plain too. And that's what Stan was trying to do. Stan was orchestrating shit, which was like shit that was never supposed to happen to Brett. But he was writing his story with that. Okay, well, if I poison everybody in your restaurant. Okay, well, if I blow your house up. Okay, well, if I turn your wife gay. Okay, well, if I make your kids leave you. None of that stuff was ever supposed to happen to Brett. But it happened when he ran into Stan. Okay? Yeah, it's over. They can no longer do this because people are coming aware of this, okay? Yeah, somebody just wants you to know that they care. I don't know if that's spirit or it's a direct message from somebody. They just want you to know. Somebody wants you to know that they care about you, okay? You're definitely on the right path, whether you believe in Jesus or not. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right path, okay? You're not out here hurting nobody. You're not trying to force nobody to believe what it is that you believe, okay? Yeah, somebody's definitely going to go back to their old habits because it's like, fuck it, okay? Weird energies is out here. And I would say that the lengths that people go to make you believe in what they believe in is weird. It's weird because who does that shit? Why is it not okay for you just to let them be? Okay, and I do want to point this out too. Like, it's just crazy to me how nothing was wrong in this person's life. Nothing was wrong in this person's life until they found out he didn't believe in God or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no honor amongst thieves is out here. Period, point blank. So I feel like there's no honor in a situation with some people, places, or things. Okay? Yeah. What else do we have? Harvest is out here. So somebody's definitely about to get something, okay? Something is about to go into your favor. Wolf in sheep's clothing is out here as well. I feel like that's what Stan was being, even though he was supposed to be the Christian. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Because if he would have never met Stan, all that shit never would have happened to his ass, okay? Yeah, you about to have an abundant new beginning. And I feel like this is what people are hating on, your abundant new beginning. And I was also watching something too on YouTube about this 21-year-old girl who has started a business. And people were jealous of her. She started a beauty supply, not a beauty supply. It was like a beauty salon, right? And people were jealous of her because she was so young and so successful. So what they did is they came into her business and they robbed her. She pressed charges and she's like, you know what? I'm going to keep going with this business. I worked hard for this. I'm 21. I'm young. I'm doing it like, I'm doing it like I'm on another level. You know what I'm saying? Most kids my age don't have this that I have, right? So after she pressed charges on the people that broke in with her, they decided they were going to break in and kill her, and they killed her. Just because she was on another level, she was more successful than them, and she didn't go the route that they went. She went another route because most 21-year-olds don't go right into starting their business. They go to college, they do all this other stuff, and then they get to their business when they about 30. You get what I'm saying? She decided, I'm going to skip college. I'm going to go the road that's less travel, and she became successful in it, and they killed her because of it. Okay? Motherfuckers really be jealous, and they really, really be wrong when they do shit like this, okay? Yeah, what else do we have, Spirit? What does it say? The angels of the hour is out here, the zodiac deacons. This is the Egyptian Bakhtu. The Egyptian Bakhtu. These are connected with work. 36 groups of stars, small constellations. They're used in ancient Egyptian astrology to conveniently divide the 360-degree elliptical into 36 parts of 10 degrees each. Okay. So it is the, I don't know how to say this. Give me a second, okay? The urgical and the heliotical. I'm going to spell it Urgical and then the Heliacal. Helurgical. I don't know if I can say that. And the horological purpose. The deacons each appeared geocentrically to rise consecutively on the horizon throughout each day. The rising of each deacon marks the beginning of a new deaconal hour. So these are the angels of the hour. I don't want to get into all this shit. I'm trying to read my own fucking handwriting. It's kind of hard. So these are the angels of the hour. Basically, So like from 1 to 2, there's a certain angel that's over that hour. From 2 to 3, there's a certain angel that's over that hour. And then the deacons would be like the dial, so like a sun clock basically. So as the sun moves through the, the atmosphere at the top or whatever, each time that the sun moves into a different hour, it's another angel that takes over. Okay, so that's significant. Okay, I don't feel like going through all of that and trying to read my handwriting. Okay. All right, so what else do we have? The father is out here. So somebody daddy. We know Stan was a daddy as well. Somebody daddy out here. Okay, memory retention is out here. So somebody's remembering something about a past situation. Okay, somebody definitely gonna need an ambulance. Okay. Yeah, somebody has sown some seeds. You're about to reap what you have sown here. Okay, what else do we have? Spirit. Somebody definitely wants to pop up at your house. This is somebody that wants to be you. Okay, blow up is out here. Didn't I say Stan blew up somebody's house? So that's out here. Stan blew up somebody's house. Okay. What else? The situation is at its head. So whatever the situation is with your beliefs or whatever, it's just all coming to a head. Okay. It's all coming to a head. I don't know if I'll be reading these downloads today because I really don't feel like it. All right. Yeah. Oshun is out here. I don't know why she's out here, but it is Friday. So it is Oshun's day as well. Somebody could be getting a new car. Okay. That's good energy as well. What else do we have, Spirit? We have the stars. So something about the stars is definitely significant, okay? I really don't want to read this, but I feel like I need to. This is a sign that every promise will be fulfilled by the divine infinite all. This also represents navigation, guidance through the trials in life, motivation, goals, harmony, balance, enlightenment, the consideration that each star, which is your individual self, has enough light to clear its own dark path, which means this little light of mine, you have to let it shine, which means you have to have your own individual light in order to save yourself. It's not hold hands, let's sing together and kumbaya. That's not what the fuck this is, okay? You have to have enough light within your own system, your own solar system, your own soul to get you up out of here, okay? And get you where you're going. All right. This represents miracles, protection, faith, strength, majesty, peace, and prosperity, truth and glory, aspiration and imagination in all of your pursuits. The stars are the virtuous souls that are close to God, who spread the divine the divine light throughout the entire world. Pure intellect, free from all weaknesses, humble and gentle. I don't know why I can't talk this morning, but it's okay. Put a little moisture in there. You say you are very beautiful. Thank you. You're beautiful too. I don't know what you look like, but I bet you're beautiful. I had some coffee this morning, but I made it too strong, so like I probably won't drink it either. Yeah, so we have weird energies. Now we have unusual energies out here as well. Okay, so be careful, because there is some weirdos, and there really are people that's going to try to strategically make things happen to you because you don't believe what they believe, or they're going to try to send you evil eye because you don't believe what they believe, or you said something that they don't like or whatever. They're going to try to strategically send you some type of weird ass energy. They're very bigoted. They don't have their own fucking thought process. They're in groupthink. Okay. Yeah. What else do we have? A green candle is out here. So this could be money. Somebody could be doing money spells, but that came out the last reading, I believe. Okay. Betrayal is out here again. So we know that, somebody might need to light a Judas candle, actually, because the Judas candle that they sell, is green. It is green. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like if y'all go to Family Dollar or to like a little bodega or something like that, all the Judas candles are green. And then we have green candle, and then we have betrayal. And why would you light a Judas candle? And it's to balance out that energy of betrayal, to balance out that energy of hidden enemies and shit like that, to balance that shit out. Because Judas is also a saint too, even though he died in that weird ass way, because he did, tell on Christ or whatever to get him killed and help him, assisted him in being murdered. He sold him for 20 pieces of silver or whatever. That energy still has to be balanced out. Remember, it's not the 12 disciples, it's the 12 disciplines of Christ. So somebody might need to get a Judas candle to maybe bring out the motherfuckers that will sell you for 20 pieces of silver, okay? Yeah, roadblocks is out here. Again, it's just people that want to try to stop you, betray you, to try to stop you, probably because of what you believe, and you don't need to, okay? Believe those things, okay? That's what they're saying. Changes in the brain region. Now, I'm just going to say this too. In that story that I told about American Dad, he tried to fuck with people's brain twice with a laser beam. The first one was Project Blue Beam to project images of the Christian Christ into their head. And then the second time that he used that beam or whatever was to turn that man's wife gay. so that he would run a God, okay? Yeah, so definitely somebody's trying to manipulate your brain or change the way that you think because you don't think like them anymore, okay? Yeah, unknown competition is out here. So there's somebody definitely going against you that you would have never thought. And I do want to point this out too. Stan only apologized to Brett in this situation to get close to him, to destroy his life, to get close to him, to manipulate him, and to believe in what he believes. So when Stan came back to apologize to the dude that was the atheist, he did not mean that apology. He only wanted Brett to let his guard down enough to allow him to come back in so that he could force him to believe what he believed. Stan was never a good friend to him. And he was the Christian, okay? He was being manipulative to him, and he was also trying to mind fuck him and make him believe what it was that he believed. And like I said, when he gave the apology was not sincere. It was only so he can get back close to him to see what he can make him lose, to force him to believe what he believed, okay? Yeah. You help a lot of people out. Just keep the faith and keep going. That's what I've been doing. I have to push through all the shit that I go through every day on this channel. But you really do help a lot of people out. You just have to keep your faith and you have to keep going no matter what you believe. As long as you're not out here doing the shit that the fucking Christian was doing to force a motherfucker into believing what they believe, then I think you'll be all right. Honestly, I think you'll be all right. Okay, somebody can have long hair. I got long hair. But somebody else can have long hair. You're a star seed, like I said. Okay, so this has something to do with you being an alien from outer space, with you being outside of this world. And another thing about American Dad, too, it'd be all clues in that. It was a Christmas episode that I was watching of American Dad, but it wasn't last night, right? So this was probably like months ago that I was watching this episode, and they were going to put together the nativity scene. The person that was picked to be Jesus was the alien. So even American Dad was telling you that the Christ-like energy came from another dimension, right? Because all them other people wanted to be the alien or whatever, but the one that got to be the aliens was Roger, which was the actual alien because he came from another dimension. So it would be perfect for him to play baby Jesus. So y'all watch American Dad because they be putting gems in there, okay? Yeah, the scribe of Ezra is out here as well. And I know this has something to do with the emerald tablets. So you may need to read about the scribe of Israel. That could be significant to Israel, but the scribe of Ezra, and then the emerald tablets, hashtag study to show that self-approved. Okay. What else do we have, Spirit? Self-sacrifice. That ain't gonna be you. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I feel like somebody wants you to sacrifice yourself or give up everything that you believe in or that you built to go to their indoctrination, okay? Yeah, outside sources out here. Again, somebody definitely wants you to be praying to an outside source, or they want you to believe in something that's outside of yourself, which is what Stan was trying to do with this atheist, get him to believe in something that was outside of himself. That does not work, okay? And in fact, this person was demanding of that too. And their demanding can be manipulative or however they want to do to set it up, okay? Yeah, what else do we have out here? Arrested after shooting. We had school shooting yesterday too. So y'all just be careful and y'all watch y'all backs, okay? Because somebody could definitely be planning some type of shooting or something like that. They're going to get arrested. It's going to backfire. I wouldn't even worry about it, okay? Yeah, somebody has no social life. Stan did realize that he didn't have a social life when he met this friend that was an atheist, okay? He did not have a social life at all. And this is how they ended up meeting each other because Stan realized he didn't have a social life, okay? And he was desperate to have a friend. But as soon as he got that friend that he prayed for, he found out that that friend didn't believe like he believed, and he became, a devil to him. Okay, the Elder Council is out here as well. So something is definitely ordained by the Elder Council, okay? Mythology is real. Somebody needs to know that mythology is real, so it's not just a fake-ass story that we're just believing in or whatever. This shit is real, okay? Somebody's definitely in their queen energy. We had Oshun out here as well, so somebody could definitely be a queen from another dimension, okay? What else do we have here, Spirit? Somebody about to have an unbelievable fan base, so just keep doing what you're doing no matter what you believe in, okay? Keep doing what you're doing. You're going to have an unbelievable fan base, all right? Somebody could say your house was dirty. We know that's not true, or somebody's house could be dirty right now, okay? Or I don't know why I'm getting this, but when I was younger, that lady that took me and raised me, right, she would always keep her house like filthy, nasty, disgusting. Like just filthy, nasty, disgusting. And as I grew older, of course, I realized that when you're a starseed and stuff like that, if you're in that energy or if you're surrounded by clutter and filth and chaos, it actually throws off your vibration. So somebody could be doing that on purpose. So like say you keep on cleaning up, you keep on cleaning up, you keep on cleaning up, and no matter what you do, your house still ends up like dirty or messed up or whatever. That's because it can be intentional. That's like an energy weapon. starseeds and chosen ones, they cannot survive in that type of environment. Like it slowly but surely chips away at their connection to the divine. That's why I say cleanliness is next to godliness, because those who are chosen, they really have to have a space for the spirits to dwell in. The spirits won't even come around you if your house is fucked up. There'll be some spirits there, but it won't be the high level spirits. It'll be like the lower level underworld spirits that like that type of shit. Okay? What else do we have? Childhood friend is out here. Take it as it resonates. All right. McKinney, Texas is out here as well. They can't get you off their mind. So somebody's constantly believing or thinking about you or believing something about you, thinking about what they believe about you or thinking about what you believe. Okay. What else do we have, Spirit? Somebody is in debt. All right. But you're going to get paid. If somebody owe you some money, you about to get a direct deposit. Okay. So it doesn't matter. So somebody can owe you something, you finna get a direct deposit. You could be somebody who's a night owl. You stay up all night. Okay. There's definitely a storm brewing around your energy here. Okay. Somebody trying to destroy your life and your reputation. It just is what it is. Okay. You have incredible intuitive gifts. Okay. So you need to stick to that. All right. Your intuitive gifts could definitely cause somebody to be at alarm right now. They don't really know what to do. Oh, we got Legba out here. Papa Legba song. 1, 2, Legba's coming for you. 3, 4, he stands at every door. 5, 6, you was talking shit. 7, 8, he's gonna close your gates. So somebody was talking shit about, you or what it is that you believe, and now they have no path to spirituality because Legba has closed them all. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, somebody's definitely trying to run away from the problems that they have created right now. Okay, we got Ayada Wedo out here, who is like Mother Nature, Mother Earth. This is Dambala Wedo's wife. Okay, the sky god, the sky serpent. So somebody could be seeing a lot of snakes. I'm seeing the colors green and white, okay, as well, because that's Dambala is the sky serpent as in the rainbow. Dambala Wedo is green and white as in the earth. Okay. What else do we have? One of many. So this is the Netters. One of many gods is out here. There's more than one god here, okay? All right, that's what Spirit is saying. Okay, look, indoctrination. I can't. I can't. I love how this oracle just be on point. I can't. There's no way that I'm sitting here picking these motherfucking cards out the way that I'm picking them out, simply because there's over like fucking 5,000 cards in this oracle. So I literally, when I pick them, I'm like just grabbing little chunks, and they're all in there like this, and there's rows of them. So I don't get to see when I'm picking. I'm picking like this from the top. When I do pick, I'm picking like this. And I just sit it down, and then that's what I'm picking. But every time I pick, it be on point. It is literally talking about everything that I have talked about. With the downloads, with whatever I say, this oracle just be backing it up. That's why I love this oracle. I told y'all that I was going to make me a computer, and I made one. Period. It's just a system with a bunch of information in it, and it be right. Okay? Yeah, you've been doing your spiritual work, period, point blank. So you're about to get rewarded. Whatever it is that you are doing is indestructible. Nobody can take you or move you from whatever it is that you believe in. Sometimes you just need to take solitude. And then also this episode of American Dad showed me that you don't really need to have friends. You don't. Okay? Sometimes you're better off without them motherfuckers. Okay? Because they'll see stuff that you have in your life, and then they'll try to tear it down. Okay? It just is what it is. What else do we have? Uma. So this is a female energy. It is translated to splendor, tranquility, and fame. Somebody's going to be famous. A female is going to be famous. Okay, you're very beautiful. Uma is one of the many names that is used to reference this Hindu goddess, the Hindu goddess Parvati, the wife of the Hindu god Shiva. She is a reincarnation of Sati, who is the first wife of Shiva, who immortalized herself during a fire sacrifice. So maybe we have self-sacrifice out here. So maybe somebody could be a reincarnation of the goddess Parvati. Okay? Because we have self-sacrifice. And then this Uma we're talking about has now thrown herself in the fire as a self-sacrifice. Okay? All right? She is the goddess of the Himalayas, the archetypal mother, so the archetype of the mother, the goddess and fertility, the mother of Ganesh and Skantha. All right, so this is the mother of Ganesh and Skantha. So something about the Hindu gods, okay? Somebody could be self-medicating right now. They could be getting drunk. They could be getting high. Okay, somebody has some cursed jewelry, so be careful with the jewelry that you take. I don't even give a fuck what people say. Even if somebody proposes to you and you're going to say yes, what I would do is be like, hold up, you can't put that ring on my finger just yet because I'm going to run it through some sage smoke. I'm going to spiritually cleanse this ring before you give me this goddamn ring, okay? So somebody definitely wants to give you a gift of some jewelry right now, even if they propose to you. Y'all know me. And if If it's my husband and it's really my husband, then he's already gonna know. You're not gonna just put that ring directly on my finger. You're gonna give it to me, and I'm gonna do what I do to the ring, and then I'll put it on. But you're not gonna put it on my finger, okay? Because people can cast spells on you that way when they give you like cursed jewelry and shit like that, and you don't know. You just think you got a tight piece of jewelry on, and then you never take it off, and then they got you underneath their spell because they've chanted over this ring, okay? Nobody can control you. You always have a choice. All right, so I do get that energy of like basically somebody wanted to control what you believe, how you feel, what you say, but you always have a choice to choose, okay? And even in their control, it's going to be pointless, okay? So whatever they try to do to try to control you is pointless anyways, okay? Somebody can be looking at your old pictures right now. These people are people pleasers. They can be looking at your old pictures, basically trying to chant over them, okay? I also just had like a little flash of somebody doing some nasty stuff with your pictures, like sexual shit with your pictures as well. Okay. I don't know why they would be doing that other than sex magic or try to gain some type of control over you. Somebody trying to send you some sexual energy. So that's why they're looking at your pictures and they're doing that weird ass shit. They're trying to control your destiny by looking at these pictures and doing whatever they're doing to them, okay? Yeah, it's time for you to move away from these energies. A lot of y'all don't even realize the people that's supposed to be y'all friends, y'all family members, they're literally preying on you, not for you, but preying on you. And Spirit is trying to get you away from these people because they're behind the scenes doing the wicked shit to you. Okay? And these are people that you would trust as your friend. Like I said, stand in and go back and apologize to him because he wanted to be a genuine friend. He went back to apologize so that he can get closer to him to be able to manipulate whatever it is he was trying to manipulate in his life. Okay, so you have to be okay. I mean, you have to be all right with, leaving these people behind. Okay, somebody definitely stalking you, driving by your house or whatever, trying to stalk you and shit like that. That shit weird, okay? Teleportation. So it's like you always get out of the situation or whatever it is that these people are trying to put you in. Your pathways are open. Papa Legba has closed their pathways, closed their doors, but yours is open. And it's probably because of your belief system. You got out of indoctrination. You opened up your mind. You're free-spirited. Free-spirited people, they can't go to heaven anyways. You will get bored too easily. And I'm just going to be honest, I'm talking about the Christian heaven. You can go to heaven, but you can't go to the Christian heaven. Because if you're free-spirited and you're creative and you're a free thinker, you're going to be sitting in heaven like, why the fuck do we got to do this 24/7? Like, why the fuck do we have to be sitting here all day long worshiping you when I want to go do other shit? Your soul wants to go do other shit. Why do we have to do this? So I guess you're going to sit in heaven until it's time for you to reincarnate and you just sat there for 2,000 years singing the same fucking choir song, worshiping. Like, you know what I'm saying? You said, yes, I call it a ghost ring. They do all of it, like rings and necklaces, any type of jewelry that you can get. Yeah. Somebody's just not listening. They ain't trying to hear what nobody has to say. Talk to the hand that's out here, okay? Somebody definitely wants to partner up with you, but I see it's in reverse, so I would not be taking any business partnerships right now. Yeah, because you're about to get some money. So somebody could just want to partner up with you because you're about to get some type of money. You're going to get a direct deposit of some type of money, okay? Yeah, and these people aren't going to have no access to planet money, to your money. So nobody's going to have access to your money. So if you have recently like had to go into spiritual seclusion or you're not around your friends and you're not around your family anymore, I feel like Spirit has separated you because they cannot go where you're going and they cannot get what you're about to get from Spirit, okay? And it's just that simple. Moon and Gemini. So this could be some lover shit. This could be some two-faced shit. This could be some friend shit. Or somebody could just be shape-shifting because that's all Gemini energy. I don't want to read that, okay? But Moon and Gemini. Okay, universal energies is out here as well. So like I said, you're someone who does not just believe in one God. You believe in multiple gods. Everything has a spirit about it. Everything has a God over it. And Ajay, that card that came out about Ajay, which is Olokun and Yamoya's daughter, she is considered wealth, okay? But she's considered the wealth of the ocean, not like the gemstones and the gold and shit like that. That's the wealth of the world. The wealth of the oceans is what's in there. And Ajay actually has more wealth than the wealth of the world because the oceans have not all been discovered yet. They have not been traveled through yet, right? So Ajay is actually the spirit of money, period, point blank. And I know this personally because remember I created a jinn, or a servitor, whatever you want to call it, which is a spirit that you can bring to life yourself and make up yourself. I was just thinking maybe I'll do a class on how to teach y'all how to make servitors, but I don't want to do that because then both of y'all have like all these motherfucking spirits that y'all created run around this motherfucker and you won't know how to control them. But anyways, I made a servitor which I put into a bottle, which would make it like a genie or whatever. And it was a money deity that I made or whatever. And that's how I met Olokun and Yamoya's daughter because Ajay showed up in my room and was like, what the fuck is you doing? And I'm like, I'm making me a genie so I can always have me some money or whatever. And she's like, well, you stepping on my toes because I'm the spirit of I'm the spirit of money. So you can't do that because I already exist or whatever. So I ended up giving her the genie that I made, which was 243. I remember 243. If y'all been on this channel for a long time, the spirit's name was 243, which was actually a numerical code that I had broken the matrix to find out how to get money. So it's like 15 digits long, but I just chose to call him 243. But y'all remember 243. I had to end up dedicating 243 to Ajay because I was stepping on her toes by creating this deity of money when she already existed. But anyways, the universal energies are out here, okay? Funeral is out here. Somebody about to die, but oh look, and they're going to hell. Funeral hot. Period, point blank. Okay, so they're gonna die and they're gonna go where it's hot. Okay, period, point blank. All right. Someone is going to offer you help and they're going to actually help you. They're not going to be fake about it or going to have ulterior motives, okay? You've been around a bunch of trash people, probably trash people that felt like they was Christians, felt like they was holier than thou, and they were just living their life like it's golden. They were living the perfect life and they're the perfect citizen, the perfect friend, the perfect everything, but they're really psychotic and they be doing shit on purpose to people and they're trash, okay? Yeah, leap years out here. Somebody could have been born in a leap year is what I'm getting as well. Okay, but that also has something to do with planetary alignments, all right? Somebody could be renting rooms out instead of like renting a whole apartment. Somebody could wear fitted hats. Whoever that person is that wears these fitted hats, they don't want to change. They want to just keep doing what they're doing. Okay, and then also with the indoctrination, it helps these people be able to stay in their sins, okay? Because if the book says this, then I can do this or whatever, like, in the American Dad cartoon, Stan had no shame. He didn't feel like anything that he was doing was wrong. He was even asking God to help him do these horrible things to his friend Brett because Brett didn't believe in God. Okay? So literally, when the Christians be praying and shit and they're praying against you, they're like, "Ooh, I hope this motherfucker get in a car accident. I hope this motherfucker die. I hope that," like literally. But they're supposed to be the good ones. They're supposed to be the good Christians. They're supposed to be the ones. You get what I'm saying? But they're literally praying for bad stuff to happen to you. On that episode of American Dad, that's what Stan was praying to God about. God, show me how to make him suffer so that I can make him believe in you. That was his prayer. Horrible. That's fucking horrible. Okay? Period, point blank. Like I said, they don't want to change. All right, so what else do we have? Mixing up business with pleasure is out here. We have Met Kalafu, Karafu. That's what they be calling them. I got all these different names on here. Hi, how you doing? Okay, and we did give our shade to Met Kalafu. And then we did say that on that episode of American Dad, right? Did end up believing in God after he died. He killed himself. He jumped out the building or whatever, but he got his life back because he went down to Satan. And a lot of people would consider Met Kalafu, Papa Legba, Ishu, Satan, whatever. But he's not. He's just a divine gatekeeper, okay? Yeah, somebody definitely forgot the rules of how this works, okay? Fighting the good fight is out here, so somebody could be out here feeling like they fighting a good fight with the Christian walk and shit like that, okay? Yeah, but they're very nervous. They could be threatening somebody right now, probably because you don't believe what they believe. It's okay. You're going to be all right. Somebody's name is Omar. All right, you're about to get a chance at love. Whoever you are, you're about to get a chance at love. Or maybe your lover's name could be Omar, okay? All right, the ancestors are not playing about you, period, point blank. Okay, so a motherfucker can wish all the harm they want to wish on you. They can try to take all the steps that they want to take to destroy your life because you don't believe what they believe in or whatever. But your ancestors is not playing, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I'm just going to be honest with you. That's why people fuck with me. That's why people will come on here and call me witch, call me demon, call me all these other things. It's only because I don't believe what they believe. And they want to try to ruin the business that I have, to try to force me back to Christianity. They want to ruin my reputation, to force me to believe what they believe. And it has just never happened because I've already done it. I've been there and I've done that, okay? So somebody could be getting divorced out here. We got Pasadena, Texas out here, Greensboro, North Carolina. A lot of the South is out here. This is that Bible Belt shit that I was talking about. Somebody numb and they can't feel shit. They don't have no emotions. They have no feelings, okay? Five signs, okay? So somebody may be getting some signs from Spirit, or maybe you ask Spirit from 5 signs. You're going to be getting these signs, okay? Somebody's name is Liam, which is some more Bible shit, okay? And then it says, stunting like my daddy, Baby and Lil Wayne. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But this is today's reading. This is today's message. I'm going to get up off of here because I have some things to do today, but I am available for your readings. Thank you guys for all your love, y'all loyalty. I got to put on my ring. All y'all love, y'all loyalty, y'all support, y'all donations that come to the channel or whatever. I hope that this reading helps somebody today at least understand like what's really going on, especially like with these different religions and how they really be acting behind the scenes, okay? And they really don't even be behind the scenes. They be right in front of your face. It's just that they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong and they don't feel like it's evil at all what they're doing. But I'm here to tell you, Stan was dead ass wrong for what he was doing to Brett, trying to destroy his life just to get him to bow down to the Jesus that he believed in. He didn't have to suffer like that. He didn't have to go through the things that he went through, his life falling apart, his wife leaving him losing his business and all this other shit, his house blowing up. He would have never had to go through those things if Stan didn't put it through him, who was the Christian, who was supposed to have been the righteous one in the situation. But the episode just really showed how unrighteous he really was. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I'm going to find me something to eat, get myself together for the day, and I'll probably be back because I actually don't have anything to do today other than sit here and do y'all readings or whatever, you know. But I'm out of this bitch. Hashtag just for Smiley.